YouTube, what is going on? Crowder here, and I'm bringing you guys a brand new video. Today's video is 5 things in Call of Duty that you might not know, and this is just a general video to show you guys just some tips and tricks of some things that you might not know that were on some of my older videos, or just in general of just some things new that you might not know about Call of Duty that can help you out. Very simple, but at the same time, I do realize that there's a lot of people in my Twitch stream that don't know some of these things that I'm going to show you in these videos, and these tips help them out a lot, so I figured I would make an overall video for you guys as well. I hope you guys enjoy this one, and if you do, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next one. Let's get into it. All right, so first tip, guys, that I'm going to show you is just some settings to eliminate visual recoil and make this game look a lot easier to the eye when it comes to visual recoil, actual recoil in general, making it a little bit easier to control. And on top of that, it will show you why the game is so shaky to a lot of people that first start playing, especially some of you new Call of Duty players out there. I think this will help a lot. This was in one of my most recent videos, but this is really, really important, and I think a lot of people still don't know about it. So right now, the game looks like this. This is an 80 FOV and without any of the settings changed that I'm going to show you guys in a second. And right now, when I shoot at this wall, as you can see, it's very zoomed in. When I shoot at this wall, this is exactly what it looks like while I'm not controlling any of the recoil, like this. So you can see right there, the game was pretty shaky as I was shooting my gun, especially in a real game with score streaks and other people shooting at you and everything else going on. The game can be very, very shaky. A lot of people have been complaining about that. The game right now on your screen is very zoomed in. It's very shaky, and that's what it looks like when you first open the game. Change these few settings, and it will look something like this. So you go to Graphics Settings, you scroll over to View, and you start at Field of View of 80. You want to make this 120. In my opinion, this is the best. You can definitely experiment with what works for you, but 120 is my favorite. You go to ADS Field of View. That is going to be affected instead of independent, and that's basically when you aim down sight, instead of the game zooming in with you and lowering your FOV, it will stay the exact same. Very important. And then you go to Weapon Field of View. You put that on wide, and that's going to make it very good for the visual recoil as well. And then you go down to the first person camera movement. This is the shakiness and the camera movement that is going on in the game that a lot of people don't even know that this is a setting. Change this from 100 down to 50, and also the third person camera to 100 down to 50. And now your game is going to look something like this. Notice I have not moved at all from where I was standing when I changed these settings. There's still going to be recoil on the weapon, but it's going to look a lot better to the eye in general. And then on top of that, once you learn how to control recoil with some of my aiming videos and other stuff like that, which you should check out on my channel, I think these settings will help you out a lot. This is what the game now looks like when you're zoomed in and you're shooting. As you can see, it's just not nearly as severe. The visual recoil looks a little bit easier in my opinion, and I think these settings are something that will help you out tremendously. Moving on to number 2 of something that you might not know, especially if you're a controller player, you're going to want to watch this. We're talking about rotational aim assist. Rotational aim assist is something that I'm going to be using clips from another video I've already recorded to really show you guys how important this is, but you guys might have missed that video, or you might just not have seen it. It does not matter. You're new to the channel. Rotational aim assist is basically when you are using a controller, the controller has aim assist, so when someone walks by your aim, you obviously have that aim assist that drags towards the target. But what a lot of people don't know, and a lot of casual players, especially new Call of Duty players, make this mistake, is that when you are standing completely still and not moving either your right stick or your left stick, you do not actually get the aim assist that you think you're going to get. And in the clips that I'm showing you, you can see the guy running by your screen left to right, and if you're not moving anything, there's no aim assist pull. I'm not touching the controller in that clip, and there's nothing that's actually assisting your aim, right, for the controller players. When you are actually moving your left stick or right stick, but I definitely prefer to use the left stick. It's a lot easier on your aim. Either left and right, up and down. If you're moving at all, your aim assist will actually activate, and it'll have that rotational aim assist, and it will pull and help your aim a lot. So a big thing for a lot of people in Call of Duty, especially new players, is you want to use the rotational aim assist to your advantage. So when you are standing still in a gunfight, you're actually going to lose some aim assist. It's going to be harder for you to fight. When you're behind that cover that you have, or you're in that head glitch, or you're in that building, or you're pre-aiming an area of someone coming around the corner that you think he's going to be there, all you have to do to have better aim, to help you out just to start, especially if you're new, is just use your left stick on your controller and go left to right, strafe left and right, very, very fast or very slow. It does not matter. As long as you are moving, you will get the aim assist. That looks like what it looks like in the clip, and that will help you out so much when it comes Call of Duty. So hopefully that tip helps you. I think it's very, very important for a lot of new players out there, especially you new Call of Duty MW2 players. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Moving on to the third thing that you might not know about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is attachments. We're talking about attachments on your weapons right now. This is something that's super different compared to other Call of Duties, and I think it will be changed. I actually think it might be a bug right now, but let's talk about it. Right now, a lot of attachments on your weapons that you would actually not expect this is they actually don't help you as much as you think. Historically in Call of Duty, when you're making a class, especially in the gunsmith, you know, you load up the class, say it's the M4, and you go to this gunsmith and you want to make all these attachments. You can only put 5 attachments on this weapon, right? And usually you want to kind of kit out your weapon to all 5 attachments to have the maximum potential of whatever you want. And you go through all of these like attachment things, and this one says aim down, sight speed, and then it takes the damage range off. They all have their pros, they have their cons and all of that, and that's kind of how you make your loadout. But right now, with a lot of these guns and how good they are without any attachments on them, a lot of the attachments that you put on these guns are actually going to slow you down a lot and not really help your recoil control too much, and then also really hurt your sprint to fire and ADS speed. And right now, in my opinion, the most important thing with this game, since there's not too much movement and a lot of the guns don't have too much recoil to begin with, is you want to make sure the ADS speed and your sprint to fire speed and your movement is really, really good, right? So I'm going to show you some attachments that are pretty good. I'm going to show you some pro level guns right now that people are using, and it just shows you that even the pros aren't using all 5 attachments on their guns. So there might be some times where you have faced where it's like, I feel like these attachments really aren't helping me as much as they thought they were going to. It's because right now they can actually not be your best friend when it comes to the gunsmith, and a lot of people might not know that right now, and that could definitely be subject to change in the future if they do updates, and I'll obviously keep you updated on this channel. But as of now, attachments might not be your best friend, and I'm going to show you some classes. So here on your screen, we're looking at the Vaznev 9K submachine gun. This is the submachine gun that all the pro players are using right now. I am a Call of Duty professional coach when it comes to the Atlanta FaZe roster and the CDL and the professional players and all that. And this is one of my main players subclass right here. It's a BZ. He's one of the best SMGs to play of all time. And this is the class he's using alongside a lot of other pros. I'm going to get rid of the face cam for a second. And you can see he's only using 1, 2, 3 attachments. The only other one he could probably use that would help him out a lot would be like a tac laser, which is this laser right here. It does a lot of aim down, sight speed, stability, and sprint to fire speed, but people do see your laser, like your enemies use your laser, and obviously in the pro world, that's not that good. So you probably don't want to use this in the pro world, but this could definitely be helpful. But you can see that even this gun right here, coming back now to the face cam, is pros are opting to use only 3 attachments, and the reason why is like when you put on a barrel that gives you a lot of bullet velocity, recoil control, damage range, all that good stuff that you really, really like, it's actually kind of unnecessary right now with how the weapons are really performing without attachments and barrels on them. The time to kill is really easy. The bullet velocity is really not needed right now in multiplayer. And everything else you don't really need. So the aim down sight speed and the movement speed that gets affected by attachments like this hurt you a lot more than they actually help you. So in my opinion, I think a lot of people should not be using full attachments on some of their guns. Of course, this is all subject to what gun you are using and depending on that. And there's a bunch of loadout classes that I'll be having for you on this channel. So we'll get there. But yeah, a big tip that a lot of people don't know is some attachments hurt you a lot more than you think they do. So hopefully that kind of opens you up your eyes when you're making your new classes, and you know, you can kind of figure out from there some attachments actually might not be doing what they say, and hopefully that gets changed. But yeah, that's tip number 3 for you. Let's move on to number 4. So here we are on the 4th thing that you might not know about Call of Duty right now, and a lot of people have just got this new Modern Warfare 2 game and they want to get their hands on the new camos, and obviously with Warzone 2 coming out, you want to level up your guns as fast as possible, and a lot of people don't know the best way to do that. The 2 best ways right now to level up your guns that will help you at the maximum speed that you can is either playing Kill Confirmed. If you love multiplayer, Kill Confirmed is really, really good for it, and I'll explain why in a second. And if you don't like playing multiplayer and you want something a little bit easier depending on which kind of player you are, I would say Invasion is the best game mode for you, and now I'm going to explain why both of these game modes are super helpful. The first one is that Invasion, there is a lot of AI bots on the map, and yes, you're going for camo challenges, and those kills on those AI bots don't count towards the kills. So what I mean by that is, say you needed 50 long shots with a gun or whatever it is, you're not going to get your long shot medals by killing those bots, even if you are getting long shots in the game, because they don't count towards the specific challenge. But every kill that you get on an AI bot in Invasion, which is super easy because they don't have a lot of health and they barely shoot back, is that they give you weapon XP, and that is the most important thing to leveling up your guns. And especially when you're shooting people that aren't shooting back, it makes it a little bit easier, especially for the more casual new player. A lot of these bots are going to spawn in the back left or the back rights of the map behind enemy lines. When you're playing Invasion, make sure you have a tactical insertion on, especially for your field upgrade. And when you get close to the enemy base, put down the tactical insertion and try and flank their spawn and try and kill a lot of the AI bots that you can see on the map. It will give you a lot of free weapon XP, very easy weapon XP, and it's a good way to level up your guns. A lot of people have been doing it this way. And on the other side, Kill Confirmed is also really good for weapon XP, because not only do the kills in the game give you weapon XP and they also count towards your challenges, but when you do get XP from picking up your own tag, denying a kill, or confirming a kill, you pick up those tokens on the map. map, that also gives you weapon XP and you're not even doing anything. So if you are a really, really bad player and you are, you know, just very, very new, you're starting out, you're not the best, and all you want to do is level up your weapons, but you're not good at killing bots and invasion, and you're not good at killing anything, go to Kill Confirmed and you can just start picking up those tags, and that will be a very good way for you to probably level up your gun the fastest if you're not the best. If you're a little bit better than that, but you're not like a super elite player, I think invasion would be the best for you to be killing bots and like at a very fast pace, and that will probably be your best option, is just like really getting into their base and trying to be smart about it and killing a bunch of bots and all those helicopter spawns and all that stuff. I think that's probably your best. And then of course, if you're an elite player, I do think Kill Confirmed is the best, because you can get a bunch of kills, a bunch of confirms, and you can kind of just get these in like 6-7 minute games and do it over and over again. Hopefully that tip helps you. That's how you level up your weapons faster. And now let's move on to the last and final tip. Finally, we're on the 5th thing that you might not know about Call of Duty, and this one is also super important. With the new movement change, usually in MW 2019, the way you would want to reset your tactical sprint in that game or in Warzone was by doing a slide cancel or a bunny hop, and that has all changed with this new movement system. And now I'm going to show you how to reset your tactical sprint at the best way, and also probably the best setting for the tactical sprint for you. I think that the best setting right now for controller and the tactical sprint is actually going to tactical sprint behavior and playing on single tap to run instead of double tap. And I do not play on auto tactical sprint anymore, and here is the reason why. The reason why is that auto tactical sprint, you're always going to be like this, right? And in this game especially, it's a little bit slower of a paced game, a lot of pre-aiming. You want to be able to actually walk and turn corners and play smart. You cannot do this specific movement when you have auto tactical sprint, because you're always trying to sprint to tactical sprint, and that can actually hurt you a lot. So instead of doing the double tap, which just takes a little bit longer to actually get into the tactical sprint, all you have to do now is just tap it once and you're in auto tactical sprint. Wait, tap it once and you're in sprint. Wait, tap it once, and now I'm in regular sprint because I left out my tactical sprint. I have not reset it yet, and I'm about to show you that. But that's why I think that setting is super important for a lot of you guys. It'll help you guys be a little bit faster, but also a little bit more precise. And now the tip that I want to show you that is most important is how to actually reset your tactical sprint. So the old games, it would be a slide, but now if you actually do sprint just like this, as soon as you run out, a full slide and then sprint is not going to reset your tactical sprint, as you can see. So that is not the way to do it. The bunny hop's not the way to do it. What you want to do is reset it by either meleeing in the air or doing a dolphin dive. It is the fastest way to move around the map if that's what you're trying to do. If you're trying to get to a place from point A to point B as fast as possible, you want to either do the melee or the dolphin dive. I recommend the dolphin dive if you're doing full speed. If you're doing something where you want to be more like engaged in the fight and you're not going to be like out of the fight for a second or two while you're diving, you probably want to do the melee. It's going to look something like this. So here, tactical sprint, and as soon as it's over, if you melee and then tactical sprint again, you're good to go. That's going to be one way to do it. Of course, it's not going to, you know, give you a full set of tactical sprint because it will take you away in that game. That's just how it works. But that's the best way to do it. So basically, if you're running around and you run out, you can kind of do your regular sprint for a second or two. And then say you know there's someone around the corner or you want to kind of push that corner fast. As you're running out of it, you would just beat down and then sprint again, and you would have a little bit more tactical sprint to do it again. That's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is the dolphin dive. This is actually very important if you're just kind of trying to do a rush route and get to cover as fast as possible. All you're going to do is you're going to hit that sprint. You're going to sprint as long as possible. Then you're going to dolphin dive. And then you're going to do it again, and then dolphin dive. And then you're always going to have that tactical sprint to get places just a little bit faster, and that should help you out a little bit. So yeah, that is the 5 things in Call of Duty that you might not know right now that could definitely help you out and give you some advantage in gameplay, and also just make your experience of playing the game just a little bit better. So hopefully these tips and tricks did help you, and they did make you just a little bit better, and just make the experience of the overall game a little bit better for you. And if they did, please drop a like on the video, drop a comment of what you would like to see next on this channel, and of course, subscribe to the channel. We have so much content coming to you guys. I really do appreciate all of you guys supporting the channel. So yeah, that's it for this video. As always, it's been your boy Crowder. I'll see you guys next one. Enjoy your day. Hopefully it just helps your experience just a little bit more, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.